I'm gonna steal your sunshine and I'll shit on your parade. Don't get me started on doing Michael Caine. My opinion matters, yours will fall in last place. I'm not shutting up and you'll be learning my name. Fifth in the family, but first in my mind. 1 out of 10, but I'm ranking just fine. We've only got now, there's no afterlife. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm just speaking my mind. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everyone's coming on Kyle tonight. Wait, what? No, nobody's coming on Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking and drinks while I read and cry. I'll never shoot up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking and drinks while I read and cry. I never should have. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
everybody. We are live here with episode 15 of Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up, season 3.
Not 14.
Not 14.
Not 14.
Not 14. If you're watching live, if you just clicked on a link that I posted on Facebook, we forgot to rename this episode. So,
Sorry.
go fuck yourselves while we go fuck ourselves. But yeah, you're here listening to Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up, season 3, episode 15. You can hear faintly in the background if you listen very closely.
Yep.
You can hear Zach still mixing and mastering away at our Brunch Weekly original single. This one's weird as fuck. We're going to get to that, as always, a little bit later on. But this one is kind of... It's pop format, but it's all over the place. It is.
Yes, it is.
It is very weird, and you didn't even hear some of the things that we added to it. I'm sure you could hear some things from upstairs down to here.
It may be pretty faint.
Faintly, but yeah, we got weird up there. So this is
All right, so we're good on the naming.
We're good on the name.
We're good on the naming.
All right,
now. I'm sorry.
We never really talk about the names of our episodes, but
Well,
what is
there
the
are some
name?
key episodes
Yeah.
that most of the naming that we do is just a phrase that somebody says,
Yeah.
or we're joking back and forth.
Yeah, the only
White
other
Piano
time, I was
was
saying
one,
White Piano is the only one that I
and
can
we've never
really
talked
remember.
about it.
Or the Adventures of Peter Parker or whatever.
Yes.
That
no, we did, but
we
the
did talk
Pat
about
episode
that. Yeah.
we did talk about.
We did
where
talk
that
about
name came
why,
from.
why, because he was calling guy Peter Parker,
Yeah.
yo Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But this week's episode is what we call it, Ouch.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's called Ouch, and if you're watching live on YouTube or in the future
Kyle
on
hurt
YouTube,
himself.
you want to watch the intro video. We went to this beautiful place near the Delaware Water Gap, right by the Welcome Center, where 80 connects Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and so does the land, not just 80, and the water. And we were filming near a stream. It had a nice little, like a nice bubbling brook, as you can tell if you watch the intro. But right around the time of the guitar solo, I start, doing my air guitar.
Getting into your normal
I
dance.
start doing my dancing and everything. And at
The
one
Madsen.
point, I back up almost to the water. I didn't realize how close I was
Well,
to
that's
the
what
water.
I was actually telling you. I was like, "You're good to step back more."
Yeah.
And then you immediately went forward, and I was like, "Okay, you're good."
Yeah.
And then I realized at the end
why I stepped forward
Yes.
at that point. So I was stepping back, and I re-injured myself from an injury from about 2 weeks ago, and I hyperextended backwards
I
on
think
my
I can.
leg.
You know what? I will pull that up.
You're gonna pull it up so
I'll
people
pull
can
up
see
the
it.
actual spot.
Right where it happens, and you can tell because I just start gingerly walking away from it, and I'm like, fuck. But like a professional, and because all 9 of you really You pay good money to see us here every week.
Yes.
I pulled through. The show must go on, as
With
they always
a smile
taught me.
on your face,
and I kept it going. And the entire time I swore that when we ended shooting that I was going to pull up the pant of my leg, and it was going to be a disaster scene right here. Zach, this is where I injured myself.
Is it? Where your left foot is.
Yep.
You step back and then immediately step forward.
And then
Boom.
and I just flat foot. Oh my God! So we got replays on my injuries here. What are we, the NFL? What are we, the NFL? Jeez. Well, hey guys. So thank you for tuning in, and you're welcome for me injuring myself for your entertainment. Joining me here, as always, is Mr. Justin Olimpedo. He's upstairs in the big chair. Upstairs.
The big man upstairs.
Hello.
Hey there.
Thank you for being here, Justin. Otherwise, I'd be talking to myself for the first minute and a half.
Yeah.
In a room where nothing was happening because I don't
no
know how to do any of this.
You'd just be sitting there with a headphone.
Going,
Zach's writing a song upstairs. I'm just on the couch.
Speaking of Zach, we are joined by Mr. Zachary Storeman. Now, is your name derived from the fact that you guys were always running stores? Is that what it's from? You were storemen? Is that what it is, do you think? Or that you were storming the castle?
Storming
the castle.
That's
what I like to think. The
Nice.
Germanic tribes.
Yeah.
You
guys were storming lots of
we
things.
were fighting the Romans.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For battles, for the grounds in
The
between.
Goths and the Germanic tribes of Northern Europe.
And then you've kept that alive to this day, fighting the Goths.
I fucking hate those. No, I was the Goths.
Oh, you were fighting them from the inside.
Fighting the Romans.
Oh. That why you're not a Catholic?
That's why I hate the Italian people.
Oh.
Hey.
You don't hate a whole, race of people. You just hate Fasano.
He actually sent me a text. He's like, "I'm sorry for beating you so badly," and I was like, "At least I wasn't Zach against Mark this
Oh
week."
my God!
What? Because I got my ass handed to me as well.
Mark
I thought
doubled me in points. It's
you?
It's the highest fantasy football score I've ever seen.
What did he get?
207.
Yeah,
Did he
it
have
was
that
crazy.
wide receiver that got 54 points? Did he have
No,
that?
but
There's one guy that got 50 points. It was
he had
fucking
so
ridiculous.
many. He had Philly's defense, which got him like close to 40.
Yeah.
He had Mac.
Yeah.
Which he just had.
He
He
just
had
had the
the
perfect
greatest
team.
game
Yeah.
of any
Stars
fantasy I've ever
aligned,
seen.
everything. Oh, we got Mark Slacky joining us here in the chat saying, "What, get better?
Get better, buddy. Need those dance moves for karaoke.
Oh, you do. You really do. And you know what? You might never get them ever again. I think I'm injured for life.
He's retiring
I'm
from
injuring
dancing.
my legs. I said before, I always knew dancing would be the end. Fuck! Bless you. He hasn't sneezed or coughed or anything all night long.
Just jinxed it.
We're live. Time to sneeze. I was going to say, I listened back to last week's episode, and it's not as unbearable as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot of coughing.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a lot of
There's
coughing.
a lot of coughing,
But
but it's
Zach
not as
is
bad.
a consummate professional. He pushed that microphone away.
He did.
And then he got up and he moved away.
Yes.
And then he came back and did more coughing.
Yep.
But it wasn't too distracting. It was not too distracting.
I feel better.
You do.
Yeah.
And I've
Everything's
smoked
recouping.
I smoked 2 cigarettes since last show.
Really?
That's it.
And they were both with me.
No, I smoked 3 then because I smoked one with Justin.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I smoked 2 cigarettes since
Walking downstairs?
I walked downstairs. Yeah, so that's good for me as well. There, good
Yeah,
for me as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Now we have a really special episode in store. We have a featured song that we're going to be getting into a little bit later from Ramprasad.
I had to listen to it.
It's so good.
It is.
Ramprasad?
Ramprasad. If you want to
Dave
know a little bit about
Ramprasad,
that,
like you're killing.
Ramprasad.
All
Now he's a
right.
professional, Mr. Dave Filstra, and he
Yes.
sent me a
this
whole
is
one
Dave?
sheet.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Is
sent
he
me
in
an
this
actual
band or
one
he
sheet.
just recorded that?
He's in the band. Yeah,
and it has very much so Frisian tones, which makes sense.
oh yeah. He's
I don't know.
true
It's
to his roots,
really
man.
really cool though.
It's
really
fucking
cool
amazing.
album.
So
Or a
we're gonna be
song.
playing a song
I
from
like-
them in a little bit.
What the, I like that it says Aaron DC Edge
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah, that's the
Dave
guy's name.
Filstra drums, synth, noise.
Yeah,
Noise.
yeah. I mean, there's
He's good at noise, man.
that, and he loves a lot of noise bands.
What happened to Canadensis?
I
think
think it's
he's
just
still
another
doing
thing
it.
that he does. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just got
This man loves fun names.
he loves
Yeah.
fun names. He loves fun, hard, heavy, fucking just wonderful music. So we're gonna be getting into that in a little bit, and as always, we'll be premiering our Brunch Weekly original single for this week. But first, Justin wanted to kind of jump into something a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can just show it now.
You want to just do it now?
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
All right, let's get it out up front.
Show us your dick.
All
Fuck
right.
the janitor.
This is where you should be joining live. Again with the fuck the janitor thing. I'm totally out of the
We'll
loop.
go over that as well.
All right, okay.
But all right, so obviously been doing a lot of editing for the show.
Yep.
Been doing editing for just all
Different
kinds of
streamers
shit.
and stuff.
Well, mainly for Charlie's videos. We talked about it. He was in chat last week. Almost Adorno.
Almost
on
Almost
YouTube.
adorable. That's what my mom calls me.
That's what
I'm just going to show the intro.
Yeah.
Basically, he does speedruns on Fallout 76. This is a world record speedrun he wanted me to cut up, but then also... Yeah, what's up, Charlie?
He wants us to plug him. Which hole? Which hole?
Better call the janitor. He'll plug you any way you want.
But basically, it's the intro part, the movie part to the actual whole thing.
All right. So
I'm
you're
gonna
going to
get
show
right into
this
it
for
real
the intro that you edited for Charlie.
Yes.
I like that part.
Yeah, right?
Looks good and familiar.
I heard of those guys.
Yeah.
Tommy, Lee, and Jones.
Yeah, all of them.
We all want to help one another. Human
Now
beings
this
are like
is
that.
what game again?
We want to live by each other's
Fallout
happiness, not by each
76.
other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this
Now, the
world, there's
audio
room
coming
for
out of
everyone,
this
and the good earth
from
is
the
rich
actual game?
and can provide
This is
for
something you
everyone.
found?
The way of life can be free and beautiful,
Oh.
but we have lost the
Tablet?
way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate. We have
to pull
developed
Chaplin's
speed,
voice out.
but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard
So
and
we're just fucking
unkind.
all sorts of
We think too
copyright
much
stuff
and
here
feel
Sort of.
too
now. I
little.
think Dictator might be
More than
able to access
machinery,
soon.
we need
Public
humanity.
domain.
More than
it's
cleverness,
been
we
edited
need
enough.
kindness
I've cut
and
it down.
gentleness.
Oh, yeah.
Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world. Let us fight for a world of
Now,
reason.
is this your
A world where
artistic
science
decision
and
to use
progress
this, or is
will
this
lead
yours?
to all men's happiness.
Follow me. The next quote, this here is from in here. So from here out is all in
game?
Music,
Alright.
sound effects. Oh, it's not going to have that in there because this version is the previous version. Basically, there's something that comes up and it actually talks about what's sort of going on here.
Got it. What is going on here?
No, I don't know.
He's headed to a silo.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's headed into a silo.
Now, how many videos have you edited together for Charlie so far?
This will probably be the 6th or 7th.
6th or 7th? And,
Full on first movie
yeah.
into something else, but there's another one in the works.
And we're plugging Charlie, but we should just plug you if you guys like what you see from
Yeah, I mean,
Justin.
you can definitely,
you can always directly contact Justin at 123 Justin Sucks PA. That's where all of his mail gets forwarded to.
Right to it, yep.
Right there. There's going to be a pile of mail one day in just the middle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, we don't know where this goes.
We have no idea.
Let's put it with the Santa and the God Man. Now, this is all him actually playing here.
Yep. This is him taking the footage,
Hell yeah.
and then me.
How difficult is it to actually capture the footage? Is it just
Depends
like a
on the
program you
game.
run? All right, so this is your editing stuff here.
Yeah, and then this is where it would go into the music.
All
and then
right.
kitten-
Oh, I heard
Right,
those
brunch.
guys.
Those
Yeah.
guys are cute.
You know?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah, check out again Almost Adorno on YouTube. You can check him out
What
doing
music are you
speedruns.
using?
The
Used
last
last
two
week's songs
songs.
and the week before that. He threw them in there. They actually worked really fucking well together.
Yeah. Yeah, you can check it out on his channel.
I will be suing you
Yes.
and Charlie
Yes.
on behalf of
Can I sue
me
with you?
and you and Kyle.
I want to join the lawsuit.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Again,
Ass
we're
action
coming
lawsuit.
from
this
ya.
is,
We're
this is the
coming
second
for
week.
you, not from you. We're
This is
coming
the-
from and for you.
Don't worry. I'll also again let you know when the check
coming
gets
in
out.
you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
You'll get the check. Alrighty. We were saying things that go together really well, our music and his speed runs. But another thing that might go together really well is the beer that we're going to be drinking tonight. So Justin, let's taste some beer.
Yeah.
Barely beer.
Oh, we have some fun stories with this.
What are we drinking? What are we drinking? We're drinking
Coffee.
It's coffee. Hard coffee. All right. All right, so here this week we are going to be drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon Hard Coffee.
Coffee.
We found out about this a couple of months back. We have not been able to
The
find it.
next one will be the Hershey's and Yingling.
Hopefully, we get the
Hopefully
Hershey's and
we can get
Yingling because that's going to be oddly disgusting.
Hopefully I get the Hershey squirts from it.
You probably will. I get it just
Thanks,
from
son.
Yingling. You probably just get it from that by looking at it.
Yeah.
But this Pabst Blue Ribbon. Now, the funny thing about this, Zach, it comes in a 4-pack.
Yeah,
It's
I've had this.
only 5% alcohol. Oh, you've already had it.
I know all about it.
Okay, so it's 5% alcohol in a 4-pack. It was $20 for a fucking 4-pack of these.
Yeah, I know.
$20.
Well, have you had it yet?
No, I've
It's
not
worth
had
it. It's so goddamn
All right,
good.
so we're gonna
We drank this first day of
pop
Luke's
right into
bachelor
it.
party
Ooh,
in the morning.
Did it keep you awake?
It smells like Yoo-Hoo.
It
Taste.
really smells just like Yoo-Hoo. Jesus Christ.
It's
So for
basically
$20,
Yoo-Hoo.
the most
Is it?
expensive fucking PBR in the world.
Well, cheers. Yeah, okay.
That tastes like Yoo-Hoo with a little bit of vodka in it.
Yep.
Okay, I get it.
$20 is worth it. Okay.
It's.
I'm in.
I mean, if I
I'm in.
slammed all 4 of these really, really quickly, I'd be drunk and all like jazzed up at the same exact
Is there
time.
actually caffeine in it though?
I would assume so.
Hard coffee better have caffeine.
Yeah, well, they're not allowed
Uppers
to
and
sell
downers.
caffeine in alcohol anymore.
Really? Four Loko has no caffeine anymore?
No, not
Jeez, I
not in
thought they
10
had a little
years.
bit.
No, I
still.
thought it had some caffeine, but they pulled out the amount that they
No, they pulled out all the caffeine from the Four Loko.
This definitely tastes like it has more than 5% alcohol in it.
Yes.
But I believe them.
It's only 11 ounces
That's
too.
the thing we were saying. It's basically, as you can
So you
tell,
get 44 ounces for $20.
it's a Red Bull can. Yeah,
Yes.
44 ounces. It's
$40. You know what you could get for way less than that?
like
You
eight
could buy
40s.
a cup of coffee and 40.
Yeah.
A cup of coffee and a 40, which would be like, I don't know, 60 ounces for like $6.
Or what you do is
Or
you
you
go to
waste your money
Wawa
on
when
this.
they have any size for $1,
Any size for $1, yep.
and then get a 40, and you're at $2.
What we
$2.
used to do when I was in college is drink 40 Locos, where for like $6 you could get a 40 of High Life and one of the caffeine enriched Four Locos.
Yeah.
You drink 16 ounces out of your 40 and pour the Four Loco into the 40 bottle.
Ooh, how was that?
sense.
You get tanked.
Well, I'm sure you get tanked. Did it taste terrible? Or did
I mean,
the Four Loko just kind of like
It sort
simmer
of it like gives you like, oh, you ever want really bad fake blueberry tasting High Life?
Okay,
Nice.
I'd take it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's the new thing that they should be working on.
I agree.
Blueberry High Life.
Yeah.
I want that blue life. That high blue
Living
life.
that blue ball life.
Blue
Fucking
ball
a janitor
life.
every night.
Oh, okay. So can you explain to me the whole fucking janitor thing? You guys keep talking about janitor. You're
right.
gonna fucking janitor. You're gonna suck it.
The other night we were Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday. We were watching football.
Football.
Yeah.
What was the game we were watching?
Was
Was it the
the-
Dallas game it started on?
No,
or
it was
it
the Giants game it started
Okay.
on.
So we were watching because the fucking Eagles were blacked out, and I was
Comcast,
already
dude. Comcast.
furious about that.
No, I think that was more DirecTV having the control over.
Well, either way, maybe. Well,
certain
Comcast
games.
blacks out MLB.
Yeah,
for
yeah, they do
Phillies.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
know
whatever.
what I mean?
It was blacked out here. It was blacked out at all the bars. It was blacked out at my parents' house. And the only person that could watch the game in the entire fucking area is Kyle's phone somehow had it.
Yeah, somehow on the Yahoo Fantasy app, only I could watch
Dude,
that
they even
game.
blacked
That's
out.
weird.
I could watch
through
that
through the Yahoo.
through the Yahoo app. I could watch the Eagles, I could watch the Giants, or I could watch
Well,
the Steelers
you're the
game.
only person in the whole fucking.
Everybody
didn't
else
know
I
that
spoke
they
to
had
could
that
not
as an
watch it.
option.
You have a
Yeah.
VPN?
No, I have no idea. Do I?
Well, your roommates know
No, you know
more
what
about
it
life
is?
than
It's
you.
the new iPhone 11.
It's maybe the new iPhone. Mike couldn't get it on his phone, so he couldn't watch it either.
That's
So
fucking
I don't know
crazy.
why. I don't know why.
Because
I was sitting exactly in the right spot.
To use those apps,
Maybe.
like the NFL app and Yahoo Sports have the games for free, but you have to have location services turned on.
Okay.
Because, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It only lets you watch
Local.
local game. You know what I mean? You can't
Yeah.
watch the fucking whatever random games. But anyway, the Eagles were blacked out here, so we had to watch the Giants.
Okay.
Who did they lose to?
They played
Minnesota Vikings.
The
Minnesota, yeah.
Vikings.
Yeah.
The Giants and the Vikings. And at one point, the Giants are sucking as usual.
Yep.
And, like, they're showing, like, you know, shots of, like, the bench where everyone is, like,
sideline.
mad.
Yeah.
And the fucking one, I think it was the defensive coordinator, I forget his name.
He just came up looking
He was, like, mad and, like, talking
like
to the
just
guys.
had this face on
Is
him.
Spagnuolo still? Steve Spagnuolo, is he still?
I don't know. It was a
fucking
shorter
remember. It's the
dude.
Giants. I
goatee.
try not to watch them. I
Yeah,
was rooting
yeah,
for the
yeah, I
other
think so.
team.
All right. Well, of course you were.
But anyway, so he's like yelling at the guys, and I'm just doing his voice in my head. Like, guys, if we don't fucking win this game, everyone is gonna have to fuck the janitor.
No, I'm gonna have to suck the janitor's
Well,
dick.
no, that's what it
gonna
turned
have to
into.
suck the janitor's
The
dick.
crazy
After
part,
you
it
all
turned
fuck him
yeah.
first.
So we started doing that, and now every time it showed a coach,
Yeah.
me and Justin would just take turns saying the most horrible shit.
About the
and that is the
janitor.
funniest one. But I think that was until the Cowboys game where
Yeah.
fucking what's his face Cowboys coach
I
Garrett or
don't know.
whatever.
I
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
did, yeah.
So mad, the Cowboys are sucking so hard.
Oh,
He's like looking at
yeah.
the team and goes, "Guys, we're gonna lose this game. I'm gonna have to suck the janitor's dick after he fucks all of you in the ass." And then Preston came over and he was just like you. He had no idea.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then some other people came over.
Well, that
and we-
was Bexcellent, Jesse's friend.
Yeah.
And we just kept talking about, like,
I'm assuming
we didn't
Becca-
tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
We just kept talking about fucking the janitor.
Okay.
And
But then they were getting in on it too.
Yeah.
So
Well, one of
It's-
those things where it's like you're not
it's
informed
so
of the
funny.
joke, but it's just fun for you to be involved in it.
But
I
so
get
now,
that.
fuck the janitor has turned into like, you screwed the pooch.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Oh
fucking-
man,
fuck the janitor,
you
dude.
really like
You
if
kept
you
doing
fucked
it-
up, you fucked the janitor.
In my head, every single time I do it, I just hear, "I'm scruffy. I'm the janitor. You know, I don't want to get fucked. I don't want to get. Nobody wants to fuck me. I'm scruffy. I'm the
well, it's
janitor."
one way or the other. You got fucked by the janitor,
Yeah, or the janitor
you
fucked
the
you.
Yeah, you fucking the janitor, or he fucks you.
Which is better in the phrasing that you
Whoa.
set up? Is
It
it better
depends on
to
the
fuck the
situation.
janitor? Or
well,
to get
no.
fucked
Well,
by
if you
the
lose the
janitor?
game, you're getting fucked by the janitor.
Okay, if you
100%.
lose, okay.
If you win the game, you might still get fucked by the janitor, but you might also get to fuck the janitor.
All right, all right. Well, hey, I like it. I think we should keep rolling with it. And speaking of, I think it's time for me to fuck the janitor with a couple of jokes.
Fuck the janitors. Fuck the janitors. Fuck the janitors. Dennis and Martinsville.
Yeah.
How many janitors do you think are named Janet in the world?
None.
Janitor Janet?
There's got to be one.
I remember on
somewhere.
Scrubs, the janitor's name was just the janitor,
Janitor,
and then at
yeah.
one point he says his name is actually Jan Etor.
Really?
It's not true. He just says
He
it
just
to
came-
fuck with
yeah,
somebody.
He was a good character.
He was it was him and Cox
Yes.
and then Teddy Buckland, best characters on that fucking show for sure. All right, so guys, we got, as always, Zach's favorite part of the show here is when I write a couple of award-winning humorous
Yeah, you're
little
winning the
jokes.
fuck the janitor award.
That's what I'm going for. All right, guys. So archaeologists in northern Israel have uncovered a 5,000-year-old metropolis that is being dubbed the Bronze Age New York City. The historic site has been compared to the Big Apple due to its size, population, and the hundreds of discarded amateur rap albums uncovered in the city center.
Hey, I got this for you. By the way,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
wanna
need a
touch it.
donation.
I don't wanna
I'm
touch
gonna
it.
need donation for that
Oh my-
now.
How many
I
times?
need a donation for
if
it.
you walk through Times Square, like aside from all of the reasons to avoid Times Square, if you walk through Times Square and somebody approaches you with a set of headphones or a CD, just like keep your hands
Yeah,
away
I mean,
from
You know
it.
what
happened-
the new way to
Keep
get
walking.
through that is?
What?
When they try to hand you a CD, be like, is that a CD? Like, I don't even have a CD
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
It's 2019. Like, what?
And then they break out their Square and they're like, "We accept downloads."
Well, the last
and,
time, I was in the city, it was with my mom, and every time somebody handed it to me, I took it and kept walking.
yeah.
And I just came back. Like, it's actually in the cabinet.
Yeah,
I think
really?
still there's
Yeah,
a stack of them.
That's awesome.
And I actually
You're
went
big
through
enough
and
that
listened to
they
them.
might just be like, all right, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'm
you're going to hand me something? Cool, I'm
not
busy.
gonna
I'm
fuck that
going
guy.
this way. I'm not giving you money. But everybody has that first initial reaction. Like, you get it, like, oh, cool. You know, like,
thank you.
awesome, thank you. Oh, you want a donation?
Oh, it's $5.
You should have said that before.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I'll sign it for you. No, I'm good.
You
I don't
wanna
even know who
sign
the
it?
fuck you are.
Yeah.
Like, what?
She
And half
grab
the
it
time-
from them and put it on the ground by their feet very gingerly and be like,
And bow. Hare Krishna and just walk away. All right, so in other news, a woman who is driving in a town called Enid, Oklahoma, was accidentally shot in the leg by her passenger's puppy named Molly. The puppy jumped on her handgun and set it off 3 times. Authorities want to avoid this issue from happening again in the future, so they quickly rubbed the dog's nose in the open wound to teach her a lesson. Think that would work? Think that dog's ever shooting a gun ever again?
I don't think so.
That's a true
it
story.
happens more often than you think. Remember that guy, the old man? He
Got shot in the back.
He got
or
shot in the
something?
back while driving?
Yeah.
We also know
here's a
somebody
tip.
that's shot through the floor of their vehicle.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
he's
well.
a dog.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
and here's
I'm just saying.
here's a
I'm
tip.
not naming
Don't
names.
walk around. Don't drive with one in the chamber. You fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to load
Also,
one
aren't
in.
there?
What do you need?
I mean, I'm not a big gun person. There are safeties on guns, right? Like on most guns, like handguns and such.
Well, depends on the gun. Old cowboy guns.
And that's probably
yeah,
in
true.
Enid, Oklahoma. It was
But
probably
see
a
those old
6-shooter.
cowboy
Yeah.
guns, you have to have the hammer cocked back
Yeah.
to fire it.
So the dog
if
was
you've
like,
got a big
3
old cowboy
times.
gun, well, yeah, if he did that, it's probably semi-auto.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
probably.
I still don't.
How did this happen? Did its paw get stuck in where the trigger was?
It was
Had
in
to.
it was in the center between the front 2 seats, and yeah, it just was like it was a really giddy 7-month-old puppy that belonged to like a 79-year-old dude, and it shot like a 48-year-old woman. Which they didn't go into why the 79. They didn't say they were related or anything like that. So just good on that 79-year-old dude, man. He's getting some young strange there. And then his dog shot her.
I just want to see how. I want to know the gun. I want to know the car.
Yeah, they
make
didn't
and
go into
model.
that detail. I was trying to get as much out of it, so I didn't just have to make
When
a
was this
rub your
article put
nose
out?
into it. A couple days ago, maybe like 3-4 days ago. All right, and then final joke here. One of my favorite topics to talk about is Florida. So the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission recently captured an 18-foot female python that weighed nearly 100 pounds. Now, female pythons are known to lay upwards of 60 hatchlings each time they breed, which is only a few more hatchlings than the average female human in Florida. I think that's how they give birth in Florida. They hatch them. They hatch them. They're all part crocodile down there. But yeah, you looking this up to see what the Oklahoma lady was?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oklahoma, where your dog shoots you right in the leg.
Oklahoma.
And you don't walk again.
It was a 22.
A 22? Okay, so another article has the actual information.
Just this one just says
Okay.
it's a 22 caliber handgun. Let me.
This
That's
guy
insane.
can't be a fucking revolver. It has to be a fucking. semi-auto.
Nobody's saying what kind of gun it is. Just a 22.
There's a 22. Oh my
Be
god.
one of them little Ruger semi-auto
Yeah.
22.
I was gonna make a joke about how the dog was gonna do 3 to 10 years, but it would be out in 6 months.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's the way I should have gone with it, but just now is how I figured out how to phrase it. It's always good.
Dude.
I should start writing these things much farther in advance.
Yeah.
You know, much further in advance than, like yesterday morning. All right, guys. So as we talked about earlier, we do have a featured artist today.
Yes, we do.
Now, the band is called Ramprasad. I don't think you're supposed to trill the R there. I'm just doing that for fun.
We have played this on the podcast.
We had,
before.
I think it was around this time last year, around the fall of last year, we did play another one, and I'm pretty sure I butchered the pronunciation. So he sent me a phonetic spelling of the name because he knows I'm an idiot.
Maybe that's why I
And-
didn't recognize that that was a name. 'Cause
Yeah,
you can't.
I think I probably said Rampersad or something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think we said
because it's
Rampersad.
literally
Fans.
it's RAMPRASAD.
What does that mean? Is it
I
a-
don't
is
know.
it a
I don't know. I think it means German sounding. That's what I think it means.
Yeah.
But the single that we're going to be hearing is called Westing Part 2. It's off their new album, Saurus. which is also getting a nice review online. This website called Doomed and Stoned put up a review of another single of theirs called Cloud Holler. You've Googled the name?
I Googled Rampersad.
Yeah.
And
Are they the first thing that shows up?
No.
Okay.
It's I'm not going to say this guy's name, but Rampersad something was a Hindu Shaka poet.
So not German at all.
Ding dong.
All right.
But I don't know if that's where they're... Oh, wait. Oh. Ram Rampersad generally means offering of Lord Rama.
Oh.
Is an Indian origin name. Rampersad
Again, Indian.
is a masculine boy name. I guess people are named Rampersad.
That's a powerful name. It's better than Kyle.
There's also an Urban Dictionary.
Oh no, what is it?
Hindu name, the bearer of the name shall contain the power of Lord Rama himself.
Well, that's just a real definition, it sounds like.
Weird.
All right, so again, the album that they're releasing is called Saurus. It's going to be dropping on October 11th, which is this Friday.
Yep.
So it drops. It's going to be available for digital full-length download and also on cassette through Anima Records, which is our buddy Dave Filstra's record label. This is his group, along with a couple of friends. He's got a guy named Aaron DC Edge, and Aaron's guitar, and then Dave does the drums, the synth, and the noise. Bass is also performed by the two of them. They now are a full four-piece. They had two other guys join the band recently, but this entire album was recorded by just the two of them. So without any further delay, let's jump right into it. If you like what you hear, you can check them out at wrathoframprasad.bandcamp.com or Wrath of Ramprasad on Instagram. So here it is, Westing Part 2. Enjoy.
It's red.
right. Once again, that
Just
was
a squeal or something, and it's so muddled.
Westing Part 2 off the new album Surus by Ram Prasad.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we were just saying at the end of it that the noise, the effect
squeal.
on the guitar. You were saying like must be a whammy. So
Whammy.
whammy.
Double whammy!
Whammy! Oh god, yeah, no, that's fucking wonderful sounding, and it's about 7.5 minutes shorter than the last song that we played on it from them. Which I mean, I love the fucking long stuff, but it's the album itself is a total runtime of only 46 minutes and 42 seconds, which literally is like 4 of their songs in the past. So I'm really excited to hear the entire thing. And again, if you want to check out another song, you can check out Doomed and Stoned, the website Doomed and Stoned, where they just did a review for the release of their other single, Cloud Hauler. So check that out as well. A big thank you to Davey for sending that over to us.
Yeah,
and
it's
we are
always
really
good to
looking
hear
forward
some new stuff from you, dude.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to the release and towards more stuff coming out, Canadensis and otherwise. So give that a check out.
Straight out of Canadensis.
Straight out of Canny. Yo, Dency. Canny and Dency. Oh, yeah. All right. Now, that was some music. Now to talk about some more music.
Yes.
We wrote, once again, our Brunch Weekly original single.
Yes.
And I had, as we already spoke about, I tweaked my leg and I laid down sat down on the couch to kind of rest it and stretch it and then fell asleep.
Yep.
And you guys were upstairs recording, and I came up and pretty much almost everything the drums and most everything guitar, bass, all of that was already finished. So I have no idea really what went into the making of this before I stepped behind the microphone.
Zach had pretty much everything. Mine has maybe a quarter of it done when I went upstairs.
All right.
And then
I had a riff that I played. I played the riff on acoustic Sunday morning. I was just jamming.
Okay.
Made the main 2-note riff. That's the song, that thing.
Okay.
And then big surprise was listening to a bunch of Opeth.
Yeah.
Me too this week, man. I went into writing like K-hole, and I just had Opeth playing. I played the
When
new
you do
album.
O-hole.
I went into an
The
O-hole.
janitor's bunghole.
Yeah, I really let that janitor fuck me.
Hey.
Did I use it right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I don't want to upset the janitor. But what
Do
were you
not
saying?
bring the janitor here.
You were listening
Okay.
to Opeth, and what other kind of sounds or feels were going into the making of this that were inspiring you, or did it kind of go from there, then you just went wild?
And then today I also listened to some Queens of Stone Age.
Oh, okay, I can definitely feel where that came in. Definitely feel where that came in.
And you know we're going for straight pop format.
Yeah.
The sounds might not be pop,
Definitely not.
but the progression and the parts, like the order, the structure, is all super pop as we can go.
Okay.
But the sounds,
Don't have to be.
No.
And they're never going to be with us.
but
Now,
you know, if you listen to the last 2 songs, there's a theme running through these, and that's Les Paul and fucking cranked distortion, no fuzz this time.
no fuzz,
Usually
just
a
crank distortion.
fuzz bird, you know, like that 60s
Fuzzbird.
psychedelic.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like all the shit we do a lot of fuzz.
Yeah, we go
This
weird
I'm
and trippy
going
with
high
shit.
gain, like crunch.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
with that Les Paul and those high output pickups. There's just you play that guitar through that fucking purple heavy metal pedal. It's called heavy metal.
Seriously,
pedal.
that is I mean, we've talked about that pedal in the past. That is one of the most classic. So many people
People go
had
for
that
it.
or a knockoff of that. Is that the Boss one or who makes the one that you play through?
I have a Behringer one.
Behringer?
Yeah. It's a the circuit is exactly the same as the Boss HM.
Just a different casing.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
it.
a cheaper casing.
Yeah.
But it's an exact replica. Which, if you're looking for pedals that are replicas of Boss, most of the Behringer shit is. So if you play the Behringer pedal, it's like $20. You can buy it and try it for $20.
Yeah.
But if you really, really like it,
Go
and you
spend
want to
the
go,
90,
you want to go
120,
gig with
whatever
one,
it is. Yeah.
you can go buy the Boss one, which you know is built correctly.
Yeah.
But I bought a bunch of Behringers just to see, like,
What you
just
would
to
like?
try it. Now, if I was gonna build like a pedal board to really go gig hard with, I would probably spend the extra $70 and get the Boss one because
Yeah.
It's gonna be
it's
Boss.
built better.
Sure.
But in the studio,
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
And you're
Yeah,
not
you're
on
not
stage
jumping on it.
slamming
Although
your
I
foot
did play it
into
on stage last.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
you
we
did
only
bring
used
that.
it for sugar-coated Switchblade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that song.
Yeah.
It was a good song.
It is. We
No
need
one
to
will
finish
ever
that.
hear any of it. No one's going to hear any of it.
I don't know
Maybe.
about
One
that.
day, maybe.
Maybe.
Now, Zach,
Sitting there.
you had said when I had gone upstairs that you think this is probably some of Justin's best drum work that he's put down.
Yeah, I
What
like
was different about it, Justin? What was different about going?
I mean, I
into
tried
this?
different things. I've been practicing a lot. My left hand's finally getting comfortable. I'm not rushing as much with it.
Yeah.
And I set up my kit finally to where it's comfortable for me. Lowered things,
Okay.
raised my seat, moved some cymbals around. And, it's really about that. Like, when I first started playing, I had everything so far away. And yes, it was good to challenge myself with that, but
Yeah.
it didn't help me in any sense. So it's slowly just from playing.
And you're just getting more comfortable with it behind the kit.
Yeah.
Now, for those people who are listening and don't know, how long have you been playing drums?
I don't know, 8 years.
8 years?
So
Yeah, so
something
you
like
were-
that.
No, you started playing drums after I moved in here. I only been living here for
Maybe it's
8
like
years.
6 years. Maybe it's 7.
Maybe it is 8 years.
Maybe it is 8 years.
God, I've been living here forever.
But
Maybe
so
it's 7 years.
Less
something
than
like
10
that.
years that you've been playing drums, and drums is definitely one of those things that when you get into it younger, it's easier. Like anything, if you
Sure.
get into it younger, it's easier to grasp onto and to hold on to. But you got into it around like the age of 30
Yeah,
and
pretty
started
much, yeah.
drumming. Not to give your age away.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, he's old. Unless you're older, then he's young. It's all relative there. So you're.
I mean,
you're
anybody
saying,
can get into it. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
If it's something that you're driven to or you have fun doing. Like if you want to get into an instrument, and we've talked about it before, where you would have somebody come up and, a lot of the times you'll have a female,
wanna
not
learn
to
how play
generalize,
guitar.
but you're somebody hanging out and they see you have a guitar, like, oh, can you play that? Do you play? And you start playing and they're like, oh, I want to learn. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, if you want to
You
learn,
don't really want to learn.
if you want to learn, and that happens with everybody. I'm not just saying females. I'm
Yeah.
just saying like happens with friends and whatnot. But if you want to learn, you want to pick up an instrument. It's not just I'm going to fuck around with it.
Yeah.
You
You
have
gotta
to
spend
actually
time
work
and
on.
dedicate.
Yeah, you have to learn
It's
the
like
basics.
everything else in life, though.
Yep.
If you want to
Cooking.
if you want to be
Learn
good
the
at
basics.
something,
Do
you
it.
need to put the time in to do it. You're never going to be good at something that you don't put time into.
Sure.
Exactly. And that
Unless
is
you're some
why
sort of
for
savant.
I mean, it's the
you
same
know?
thing with the
forever, I just
podcast.
plateaued at my guitar level. I got about as good as I was between the ages of 14 and 16, and then I just went, okay, I can play guitar, and I never pushed myself anywhere past that until like 3-4 years ago.
Sure.
And then
But
again,
getting back into it, you at least have that basis of understanding how guitar works.
yeah, oh,
And how
definitely.
to hold your hand.
Definitely.
And where it goes. I mean, it's the same thing with the podcast. We're slowly upping production value because I'm learning things. You guys
Yeah.
are learning things on it, and
Yeah.
it just makes
Costa
sense.
doesn't learn to be funny, though.
No, I haven't learned to do that. I can still talk. That's about it. Again, I've just plateaued. I'm good at plateauing. I'm like, what's that giant mountain in Australia?
Well, let's
Just a
hold
little
on.
smaller.
But your
The Red
goal
Rock.
has been
The
to
Red
be
Rock.
a talk show host, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean,
I'm there
you're
almost.
practicing.
I'm practicing
on that, you know
I'm
what I mean?
practicing on that.
Yeah.
All right. So what is the name of this song? What did we actually name it this time?
Pull me back.
Oh, okay. We kept. You didn't fuck it around. You didn't make it anything weird.
No, man.
Wow. We
Pop
actually
music.
pull me back. So
Talk
we named
about
it that. Last
crack
week you named it
cocaine.
Rimsk. What do you mean
Rimsk.
pop music? Rimsk.
Yeah.
Pull
That's a
me.
good name.
It was a good name. I do like it. It's fun to say. Fun to say and
It's
fun
in
to
the
play.
same, as sure,
Sure. Yeah.
maybe,
So
Rimsk,
pull me back. And what time did we run at on this one?
356.
So we are literally just hanging out right around that,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
right below
dude,
4
I
minutes.
got
This is fucking. The format is
The
down.
mind working on the pop me, listening to not pop.
Yeah.
Like, so listening to like an 8-minute Opeth song and breaking it down to like, this should be
Well,
shorter.
they
and
do
this.
say if you want to write a punk album, don't be listening to punk. If
Yeah.
you want to write a metal album, don't listen to metal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? While you're in the process of doing it, don't
Yeah, well,
listen
especially
to
Now,
it.
because
you
you're
could
going to
take
pull
this
way too
song.
much shit from it.
We could have, like, the verses are so short.
Yeah.
In my mind, they are. Like,
Yeah.
they should be like 18 times longer.
Sure.
And like build in and build out, and that's how we would have done it. But
Yeah,
it's like
last
everything is
season
truncated
around the
now. It's
winter.
just
We
Now
would
I
have-
will say, as far as the vocal side of this goes, there's there's some heavier stuff. There's some, we did kind of go with more like the operatic style of vocals for me this week. But lyrically, this was one of the first times that I didn't have to go through and cut about half of my vocals, because all I did was make every single line 3 or 4 words. And I was just like, all right, here we go.
I actually made you write more vocals.
I had to write more lyrics on the spot.
Yeah, because usually it's like, why do you have a fucking book here?
Yeah, you've got an 18-page report on how you think the song should sound in lyric form, and it's not going to make any sense. We're going to cut all of this on, and it's just going to wind up on the floor. But yeah, I actually had to come up only really one line. I rearranged a couple of things, but then one line I had to throw in there at the end. And yeah, it fucking works. So again, this is going to be our Brunch Weekly original single called Pull Me Back. And we will see you guys in about 4 minutes. Enjoy. Alrighty, there it was. That is Pull Me Back. I will say that that very easily could be slipped right into our 6-part epic. It kind of feels almost
Sort of,
in
yeah.
that vein of Rubbish. It could have been like, I mean, not lyrically necessarily, but that could have been like a good fight scene song.
Yeah.
Like, for
True.
that. We could, and you know, it's our creation, so we can always throw it in there if we
Yeah,
really wanted
we
to.
could.
But it definitely, listening to it kind of like brought me back to what we were doing a couple weeks back.
It definitely has those catchy moments. The riff's catchy.
Yeah.
Pull me back, like that little part there. The chorus, like you said, it had that just driving.
Yeah,
Try to
I
keep
had
it
to get
simple.
Justin to just like Justin was playing all. Well, so I
I was
recorded
playing
the
more the
bass
feel
line,
of the bass line, so
and
there
like
was
the
more
bass line
to
had
it.
so much going on in the chorus, and then Justin starts just playing so much, and I'm taking the bass line out. Just play fucking the We Will Rock You.
I was gonna say that's what you said. The We Will Rock
mean,
You.
Like just
Yeah.
play that beat, and then do a snare fill with nothing else.
Yeah.
And then I went back and did like the bass, and then when you started singing, I was like, "There's still too much bass," and I made it even simpler.
Yeah.
And that chorus came out,
Great.
I think,
fuck
pretty
it.
catchy.
Oh fuck it! No, it's definitely we're really crushing this whole pop music thing.
Yeah.
We're definitely they got to learn about us on the radio. Though,
Somewhere, you know?
someone's got to learn about what the hell we're doing. All right, so today for this episode, I was trying to figure out what we could talk about today, and Zach threw this idea out yesterday in our group chat. We're going to talk about what our favorite non-horror Halloween or fall movies are.
Yes.
Now, when you said that, you threw it out there. I was like, all right, so it doesn't necessarily have to be.
Doesn't have to be about Halloween.
Doesn't have to be about Halloween. Can take place around Halloween or just in the fall.
It's just
time.
not a horror movie.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Zach, since you threw it out there, did one immediately pop into your mind? What movie?
Well, I was thinking of a movie,
Yeah.
and then that's why I thought of it.
What is it? What's
Donnie
the movie?
Darko.
All right.
Yeah,
I was
that's a great
kind
one.
of when I sat down to think about it, I'm like, all right, what movies are there?
Now there are
And
scary parts,
but
Yeah,
I
but
wouldn't
it's
consider
not a
it
horror
a
movie.
horror
It's not a
movie.
horror.
No, it's a
Now-
weird.
It's a horror in
trippy
the sense that
indie-
Requiem for a Dream is a horror movie.
because it
Yeah.
terrifies you, but
Yes.
that's or like Train Spotting is horrifying in
Yes,
certain spots, but it's not a
exactly.
horror movie.
Yes.
When I think horror, I think the rule should basically be there's no
Scream
crazy
rules.
killer. Yeah, exactly.
Scream
Just watch
rules.
Scream, and that's what it is. So Scream.
I mean,
and
there
any
are
movies like-
adjustments.
there's other
like
like I would call The Shining a horror movie.
Well,
yeah.
Shining is
Oh,
absolutely
definitely a horror movie.
But that's not a horror movie along any guidelines of any other horror movie.
No,
you've
I
ever
mean,
seen.
and there are that slip through the cracks, especially when we had shaky cam movies like
Yeah.
Creep, Blair Witch.
Yep.
I mean, those sort of rewrote rules
Yeah.
for that genre.
Yep.
And then there
Yeah,
are
say there were no shower scenes in the Blair Witch Project. So,
no.
yeah.
Actually, in the second one there was.
Second one there was. That one was weird.
But, you know,
That
I
one was really
love
fucking weird.
love that one.
It was
That's
good.
a great movie.
It was a really good movie. That's one that I have seen and I don't hate.
And you brought up
for a
another
horror
movie
movie.
that you should watch.
Yes.
Last week, As
Oh,
Above, So Below.
yes.
Watch that fucking movie, dude.
You did check that
Hey.
out.
But
So-
that's a horror movie, so I'm
yeah,
not putting
we're
that
not
in.
talking about that.
Donnie Darko, if you're listening to this podcast, chances are you've seen the fucking movie.
Most likely.
If you're listening to it, you're friends of ours and you're around our ages.
You've seen
And that it was just a
And if
movie.
you haven't, I don't know.
That was
Yeah,
a movie
just
I
go
saw
see it.
maybe in.
Well, it came out
being
like
a-
around 99, 2000.
Yeah, but I didn't
Around
see it
there.
until a little
Yeah.
later than
Oh, yeah.
that.
I'm
So
assuming you were
maybe-
8 watching it.
Yeah,
so.
no. So maybe I was 14, 15 when I first saw it. And it just fucked my life up.
Yeah.
It was just. Now I just sound like a fucking chump because everyone my age also
No, I
says
mean,
that.
everybody
that's
that's watched that movie has had sort of that reaction where it's like, I don't know what I just watched.
Exactly. Well, I think one thing that
You know what I mean?
Zach and we had been talking about Donnie Darko on Saturday, and it was one of those movies that and Boondock Saints were two movies that came out around the same time. They were the indie flicks of that time period.
Yeah.
And it after a while it became like the movies that like, oh, what's your favorite movie? You're gonna say Fight Club right now? Like, of course you're gonna say that because
I mean,
that's
I
what
said
the,
that,
for
but
sure.
So did I.
but
it
I
was
love
Fight Club,
that.
Boondock Saints, and Donnie
Those
Darko.
three movies were
but-
fucking huge at that point, and they were
Besides
all
the
one Wes
movie, though.
Anderson.
yeah.
Add one Wes Anderson.
Yeah,
you
throw a
take
Royal
your pick.
Tenenbaums or whatever in at that
Darjeeling,
point.
come
But
on.
yeah,
But
Darjeeling. Well,
besides just the movie, though, I loved the book. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, for
and then the
Fight Club,
fact that
yeah.
it actually translated.
yeah,
I don't know. They got Ed Norton, Brad Pitt, and fucking
Helena Bonham
Meatloaf,
Carter, fucking yeah, oh,
like
yeah.
so many.
Brad Pitt guy.
Young Jared Leto.
Oh yeah.
He's
He gets
Angel
his
Face.
fucking- he gets his
Where'd
fucked
you
up.
go, crazy boy?
Yeah.
But those 3 movies all came out, and they were so well received by both critics and fans that within 2-3 years of them being released, it was the most obvious go-to answer. It was like asking someone what your favorite sci-fi movie is and them saying Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cop out over here.
But it was the go-to answer if you were like an art guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which, you know...
Most of us all hung out with those weirdos,
we are
and we are those
artsy
weirdos.
fucks.
And
But
And
when
it made
you
you
look at
feel
a
like
movie-
better than... Some of us feel like better.
especially the teenage years.
yeah.
You thought you were
But-
you were smarter, you were more advanced.
But when you look at those movies,
Which is weird because now I'm on Fast and Furious
Yes.
more than Donnie Darko. Yeah.
when you look at those movies, though, it's very if somebody says, "Oh, you like Fight Club," and it's like, find me a reason not to like that movie. Find me where the problems are within that movie.
And what it was of the time period, if you were one of the artsy-fartsy kids, the cool thing was to like things that nobody else knew about. And those movies became the thing that everybody knew
Ended
about,
up knowing
even
about it.
outside of the artsy-fartsy, cool kids.
Sure.
So now that time has passed, and you look back, and those are all 20-year-old movies now.
Dude, I shit you
those
not.
are forgotten. There aren't a lot of people. I mean, people our age, sure, remember them and hold on to them, but there are not a lot of people older than us or younger than us, outside a 15-year window up and down, that really, really know about these movies.
Sure.
So and they all hold up. They all hold up really, really well. And Donnie Darko, the thing that I always liked about it, and when people would start like shitting on it, and because it was now the cool thing to shit on this movie, my opinion of it, and most film has always been, if I watch it and I get any reaction from it, it's a piece of art and it's giving me a reaction.
That's most of the times. That's why I tell people to watch fucked up movies.
Yeah.
Irreversible.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Fucking a Serbian film.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up movie, but there's no way you cannot watch that and feel something.
Yeah, not feel something. I'd rather feel
good or bad,
pissed
whatever.
off about a movie because it did what it was trying to do, and I didn't like the feeling that it gave me.
Yep.
But those movies, especially Donnie Darko, not only did it make you have an emotional, mental reaction to it, every time you watched it, you thought, "Oh wait, now I get it."
Yeah.
Oh wait, now I get it.
And they make what's his face a child fucking pedophile.
Oh yeah, Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze is like a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Has
then
Patrick Swayze ever been a bad guy before?
Point Break, depending on how you feel about that. But he
I
was
never saw
the
that
good bad guy in that. He was the cool bad guy in that.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sure
no,
he's
he's
had
not
films that
cool.
have
He's
gone
a pedophile.
He was a pedophile
so
in the movie.
He can't be cool.
And he was like such an asshole and so good in it. And then,
you know who's great in Donnie Darko?
Drew Barrymore.
Drew fucking Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
As
Most
the teacher.
beautiful
Oh my
she-
god.
In the English dictionary, cellar door.
Cellar door.
But she was doing Stephen King movies when she was fucking a little girl.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
And
to
this was
translate into
pre-Charlie's Angels. This was before she came. This is like she had done Poison Ivy like 8 years earlier, and she was like starting to come back to the mainstream after having like a struggling 90s.
Yep.
And now she'd done Scream, and then she went and did this.
Yep.
And so Donnie Darko,
which is another movie you can technically. I mean, I guess Scream is a horror film.
definitely
It's a horror movie.
It's
Yes,
a horror
it is.
movie.
Yes,
Who
it follows
directed
the,
it?
Oh, it's Wes Anderson. Or not
Wes
Anderson.
Wes Anderson.
Craven,
I want to
yeah.
see
Oh my
that
god,
movie.
Wes Anderson's Scream
That
would
would
be
be-
wild.
It would be awesome.
That would be insane.
But,
The mask
Wes
would be
Craven,
much
sorry.
different. The mask would actually just be the painting of.
It'd be a
the
mask
Scream.
of Bill Murray.
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be a fucked up Jason Schwartzman mask.
Yes, probably.
bigger
It
nose.
would,
Well,
be, it would be
see-
a mixture of both.
See, that's scary because the fucking Halloween mask
Oh,
that's-
Shatner.
is a William Shatner mask.
Yeah.
It has sort of changed over the years. The original though was Shatner.
Was a Shatner
Yeah,
mask.
yeah. It was
is
like
Shatner.
like they melted it down a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, they've done different busts for different
Yeah,
movies at
yeah.
this point.
But I would say Donnie Darko is definitely. It's not a horror movie. It is all about fall.
Yeah.
When you just look at it like aesthetically,
Well, it takes place 30
at-
days before Halloween,
and
and
then
the climax is on Halloween.
is on Halloween.
And that song from Joy Division
yeah.
during the party,
Love will tear us apart.
Oh my god!
Fucking another great thing. Another wonderful thing about that movie is it is a fall soundtrack.
Yes, true.
Like that,
Yes,
we
it
could have
is.
included that soundtrack in our conversation
True.
2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
True.
Because it is
Actually,
perfect.
just add it to your
Yeah, just add it to your collection
Add it.
right away. Right away. So,
I have a bunch of movies for this.
yeah.
But I'm gonna switch it up on two particular ones.
Okay.
Way different. One's a Leslie Nielsen movie.
Okay.
Is it Mr. Magoo?
No.
Oh, damn it.
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh, my God. I have not seen that movie since I was probably like 13 years old.
And the other one is Monster Squad. Monster Squad is...
Monster Squad.
That's the high school kids who all of the old... It's not horror. It's not scary.
Okay.
It's a comedy.
Okay.
But it's a bunch of high school kids that realize that old horror icons have come alive. And they
When
have
did
to
this
stop
guy?
them.
Don't know this movie.
You know
Me
this
neither.
movie, dude.
I am not. You're talking about it. I was thinking The Faculty, and I was going to be like, that's a horror movie.
Nope.
With Jon Stewart in it, but it's a horror
The Monster
movie.
Squad came out in 1987.
1980s. I don't know. I think this might have missed me. I think this
Yeah, I
might
don't
be
know
one that
this
fell
one,
through the
that
cracks. So
one.
tell us.
I will...
I know Dracula Dead and Loving It. I know that pretty well. Was that Mel Brooks produced by any chance?
I don't know the
I
history.
feel like that might have been a Mel Brooks production. But tell us a little bit about Monster Squad. You said it's all of the characters from the classic like Universal.
It was a Mel Brooks movie.
It was a Mel Brooks. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically it's 1987. It's around Halloween.
Okay.
All this fucked up shit starts happening, and then they realize like the original mummy, you know,
Yeah.
Dracula,
Yeah.
Bride of Frankenstein.
I feel like I might have
Wolfman.
seen this on TV.
And there's
in
the one of the
passing.
biggest quotes is Wolfman does have nards because one of the kids or an old lady smashes him in the balls with a cane.
Oh shit.
And the kid
So,
looks at him
was
and
this
is
like
like, Wolfman
capitalizing
does
on like
have nards.
Teen Wolf when like Teen Wolf came out? Do you think it's like kind of like right out because Teen Wolf's about like 86 or
I
something
think
like
that
that?
they were trying to go for more Lost Boys because
Okay.
it has moments where it has those feels,
That's another good.
but that's a horror.
That's not a horror movie.
Lost Boys is a horror flick, dude.
Borders.
Oh, it's a coming
Borders.
of age movie.
Yeah. I would say that it's less of a horror movie than Scream is by far.
I'm just gonna.
But it's
before I actually show
more-
you the poster, I'm going to tell you who was in the movie.
Okay.
Andre Grauer, Ryan Lambert,
Wait, Andre, who?
3000?
Grauer,
Grauer? I don't know.
I don't know that.
Ryan Lambert, Ashley Bank, Robbie Kiger, Tom Noonan. Those were the I guess those were the kids.
Okay.
I never heard of any of those.
None of them. So far, we're like 0 for 5 on this flick.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. There's only one way to actually do this.
You gonna show us a trailer
gonna
of this
show you the
movie?
trailer of the
You know
movie.
what? Monster Squad, come after us. Actually, the real Monster Squad, come
Fuck it,
after
bring
us.
it. We'll fight you.
Bring it. We'll fight Dracula. Did they get people that actually look like Bela Lugosi and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. So it's a TriStar Pictures.
I'll bring down the volume a little bit.
When you have ghosts. But who do you call when you have monsters?
You have monsters.
Monster Squad.
Okay.
Oh, so it's like on.
It's like the Goonies.
It's
the
Goonies, Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
All right.
Naughty virgin.
They're a bit
Pepsi.
disorganized.
The Antichrist Pepsi.
We don't know that, sir.
2,000-year-old dead guys do not get up and walk away by themselves.
It's such a great movie. If you've never watched
I've
this,
definitely never seen this.
Watch this movie. It is
He's got a
amazing.
Robotech shirt on.
Oh, look at that big, scary monster!
What's happening? You wait until the werewolf. Silver bullet?
They're the only ones ready to do battle.
Somebody's out there to kill him.
Little kids.
I guess
making
they're
silver
not high
bullets.
school kids. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely Goonies. Playing on Goonies for sure. Oh, nice.
Us?
Yeah,
Midnight. In the world, remember?
you've got the Chunk character.
Yep.
I'm sure you had the Mouth
Maybe
character.
we could be like
I'm sure they
Mouse
went
Squad
after.
and
They probably pitched this as Goonies too at some point.
Probably.
Like, all right, the Goonies, Halloween, which would have been a really fucking phenomenal.
It would have been great,
That's
dude.
right.
And that kid looks like a little Sean Astin. He's holding an emblem.
Yeah.
They won't seem so young.
That's obviously like the dude with the
Yeah.
leather jacket is obviously.
They wanted Charlie Sheen or Kiefer Sutherland.
No, what's his name from Goonies?
Oh,
The played
fucking
mouth.
Thanos.
monsters.
No, not Thanos. No, that played mouth. Fucking.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman, yeah.
Oh,
Or
the
that
guy-
could have been Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
too.
I think it was probably. supposed
But
to be
listen,
Brolin.
if you have never seen
I would
that,
definitely
find
watch that
and watch
movie.
that movie. It is amazing. It's
Do
an
you know?
incredible
Can you
movie.
check to see if it is streaming anywhere? Because if somebody's watching this and they heard the preview, or if you're watching on YouTube and you
Yeah,
get
I
to
wanna
watch
watch
along with
this.
us, I definitely want to see that because The Goonies is a movie that never.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu?
Yes, right
Fucking
now.
wonderful.
Yep.
The Goonies
Fuck
is a
yeah,
movie-
that's how you fuck the janitor!
Justin fucking that janitor.
No,
Look
really.
at you.
So those are both horror movies, or Halloween-ish movies. I was gonna say Trick or Treat, but Trick or Treat, that's not a horror film, but it's short stories based around horror icons.
a
But
horror
it
film.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely
Slacky says
has
he
horror.
loves that movie.
Monster Squad is amazing, dude.
Dude, I can. It
Yeah.
just makes sense
Yeah.
with Slacky's personality.
Yeah, no,
that's
it's
a movie
definitely.
he likes.
It definitely.
It's so good, man. Like, it's a great concept. You take every single fucking horror icon up to that point. 1987.
Well, look like they
name
used the
a new-
actual suit from the creature.
The
from
creature
I,
from the Black
I think that they
Lagoon?
got it
Yeah.
as close as possible. It's definitely a high budget
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it's TriStar Productions, which I don't think was under Universal. I mean, it might have been a Universal.
I thought it was a Paramount company, TriStar.
Yeah, it might have been.
The director was Fred Decker,
Fred Decker. No, don't.
who did the new Predator.
The-
Actually, you know what's funny?
What?
Is he did the Monster Squad,
Yeah.
Night of the Creeps, RoboCop 3, House, the movie House, the horror movie
Oh, I
House,
love that movie.
Jeez.
and the new Predator,
The new Predator.
The-
not the one from last year.
2018 one,
The
the one we
2018?
watched, the
I
funny
thought that
one.
was Shane Black.
I'm pretty sure that's the one.
Well, Shane Black directed it. I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No, he's the one that directed it. Oh no, he.
He was EP.
What the fuck did he do?
Writer?
Yeah, he must have been a writer or something.
Something on there? All right. Yeah, no, that looks like a classic movie that for whatever reason just slipped away
House?
and I
Have you
never
ever
got
seen
it.
House?
I
House is
definitely
a
have
great
seen
movie.
House.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, my dad loved that movie. He used
Yeah.
to make us watch it all the time.
Now, for me, I was trying to think of again, we were trying to pick non-horror movies, so I had a couple like
You're right,
honorable.
Slacky, it is. Sorry.
What does he say there?
It says, "My name, Shotgun Pump, is Horace." Best line in the movie.
Is Horace? All right. Out of context, it's an all right line, but I'm sure it makes sense. But yeah, I had a couple honorable mentions that I was thinking over. The first one that came to my mind, and not knowing how close you want to call something a horror movie,
Did you
but
say Casper?
Casper is actually my choice. Casper is my choice.
That's not a horror movie.
It's not a horror movie. It's one of my two
like
choices.
Ghost Dad. It's Ghost Dad. Or...
Ghost Dad would be fucking. I didn't even think about that. Ernest
turned in-
Scared Stupid.
Oh, that's a horror
Ernest-
movie.
That
It's
is-
a horror
that
movie.
That's a horror movie.
Because it scared the fucking that tree
Dude.
terrified the shit
I
out of me.
rewatched
as a kid.
it. I forget. I think you were going to work or something, or you were doing something, and I put it on, and I'm like sitting there. I'm like, how the fuck did we watch this
I
as
know.
children, dude?
You know what's terrifying about it? And Cinemassacre did a video on it 2 days ago.
Okay.
That some of the costumes for the trolls
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember watching this.
were the guy who did the costumes for that was the same dude who did the costumes for Killer Clowns from Outer
Yeah.
Space.
Oh.
And they're if you look at
Makes
they did
sense.
a side by side comparison. They're repainted and the clown noses is removed on some of the trolls.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why
there
they're
it is.
so good.
They save on production.
Killer
you know.
Clowns from Outer Space scared the ever loving
Yes.
fuck out of me.
I think
and
I
my
made it
brother.
through about like 10 minutes of that as a kid.
Me too.
My
Movie,
dad
I had
loved
to
that
watch it
movie.
in
So
parts.
does
So
me.
do I. You know who
It's a
did the
good movie.
You know who did the intro?
No.
The Dickies.
The band, the
Dickies.
Dickies?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I was like, not the Pants Company?
No.
Okay,
No,
that's
the
good.
Dickies.
That'd be a weird thing
But
for the Pants
Ernest
Company.
is a fucking
Ernest-
great move. That's my
Ernest-
favorite Ernest
But
movie.
that is a horror
Stupid.
movie, though.
It
I'm sorry,
is
it is.
such a horror movie. It is such a... and so that's why I didn't want to include it, because it's supposed to be a kid's comedy.
Yes.
But again,
It's not.
why the hell? Even Ernest Saves Christmas
It's
kind of
fucking
scared
scary
me.
as shit, yeah.
Because they just... It's a grown man that you're watching do these like crazy outlandish things. And even the elves in that. Whatever
Same thing with the fucking.
Oh, that fucking freaked me out.
What's the other one with Tim?
Alan?
Tim Allen?
Tim Allen.
Well, like
That
the
shit-
Santa Claus?
Yeah, that shit's fucking sort of scary as well,
It's a
dude.
little freaky. It's a little freaky. We're getting some light twitchings up here. Light twitchings. So I wrote for my honorable mentions, Ernest Scared Stupid. I wrote Donnie Darko. And then E.T. I throw E.T. in there because it's based around
it's a good
Halloween.
fall movie,
And it's a
yeah.
great fall movie.
Yeah, that's
it's
a great
literally,
movie.
I think, hoodie weather. I think being a kid, riding my bike, wearing a red hoodie, wishing I had a basket with a fucking alien in it that would let me fly. And then one of the best scenes in the movie when he sees Yoda and starts walking over to a costumed kid as Yoda. And tries to, it's fucking wonderful. One of my favorite facts about that movie is the voice itself. Was done by like a 70-year-old woman who was the worst chain smoker ever.
Yeah, they paid her like $300 or something.
And
like
she
that.
did all.
But
of
she was
ET's.
happy with it.
Yeah, and she got to just be the voice of ET, and I'm sure her grandchildren fucking loved the shit out of her for that.
Okay, I have. Do you have another one?
No. You go. You go. You go.
I have a weird one that you guys are not expecting from me.
Okay.
For fall movie.
Yeah.
Halloween time. It's a rom-com.
Okay.
Oh, is it Valentine's Day?
Nope.
Is it New Year's Day?
I'll give you a hint. Sandra Bullock is in it?
Oh, is it The Lake House?
Nope.
Is it
Nicole Kidman's in it.
Oh, Practical Magic.
Practical
Practical
Magic.
Magic's fucking wonderful. That is a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It
I'm glad
is.
you said that because it brings up my next one.
Is it Witches of Eastwick?
No.
Okay, because that was another thought I had. But that, again, as a kid, terrified the fucking shit out of me.
I want to continue with his.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to cut you off.
No,
on it,
Practical Magic.
Practical Magic, as much as it sounds like I'm fucking the janitor, I am fucking the janitor. It's a good movie.
Proudly fucking the
It's
janitor.
Another
movie.
another one I would say that would fit right in
Goddamn
that
Sandra Bullock.
ball from her is Love Potion number 9, I think it is.
Okay.
Where she's a scientist and they come up with a love potion. It doesn't fall around fall, but it's still within that.
Kind of gives that same feel.
Yeah.
Now
much.
that movie, if I remember correctly,
Cat, stop!
Tearing shit apart over here. It's basically there are two sisters,
You're not hidden. You're in the
and then there are like 2 daughters as well, and they're basically doomed to repeat the same curse, right? The Practical Magic, like
Well, no, there's a
curse about their
the
love
curse is
life.
any man that the two Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman are 2 sisters are witches.
Yeah.
The curse on their family is any man they fall in love with dies.
Oh, okay.
How from gets hit by a car, has heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just something bad happens to any man they love.
And the same thing happened to their mothers and everything. And there's always 2 sisters. That was like the whole thing.
There's always 2, and any man they love dies.
Yeah, that movie definitely.
And there's like the cop is who she falls in love with.
Yeah.
But like she's in love with him, but she doesn't want him to die.
Yeah.
It's such a ladies rom-com movie.
Friend of
but I
Keith's
like
was
it.
in Practical Magic.
Oh yeah. He did tell me about that. Hey y'all. Hey brothers. Thank you for joining us.
All right, so I have a couple. One is probably on the fence. It's probably more a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
No,
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
No.
Okay.
But that's
Thanksgiving.
That's a
Thanksgiving
fall
movie.
Uncle Buck.
No, Uncle Buck would be great.
King Ralph.
Gremlins, but that's a horror film.
That's a horror movie.
That is a horror movie.
But it's more comedy than it is horror. It's on the fine weird line.
I would say that's on the Ernest Scared Stupid level.
The Craft.
The Craft. That's what I was thinking when he started talking about Practical Magic.
That's another witch.
That's another witch movie, but that one is
the ultimate witch movie you should be watching this season is Hansel and Gretel.
Oh, the new one.
Or not Hansel and Gretel.
The new one's coming out. Gretel and Hansel.
No, the fucking god damn it.
The Brothers Grimm.
The Brothers Grimm. I loved. A lot of people.
It was a good
didn't.
movie. I hated it for a long time, and then Heath Ledger died. I went back and watched it.
Who played the Hawkeye?
That's Brothers Grimm.
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, he's in.
There's the Hansel and Gretel, like the hardcore kicking ass Hansel and Gretel movie from a few years back.
That's Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Hansel and Gretel. There is a horror version coming out called Gretel and Hansel.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
looks terrifying as fuck.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking terrifying. Now, I never saw the Jeremy Renner version of this story. It looked like it was...
Yeah, watch that movie. That's what it is. It's an action movie.
It's just an action movie? Okay.
Fantastic.
It looked like Van Helsing.
Halloween Town rules. I was going to also say that.
Halloween Town.
That movie
Yeah, Hansel and Gretel, yeah. Watch that movie.
On the same vein as Halloween Town, one thing that popped into my head because of what I watched a lot as a child was... Double Toil and Trouble, the Olsen Twins Halloween movie.
Okay.
Thought about that. But then that is what brought me to my real choice that I'll say. I have 2 choices that are, one is my solid, this is my Halloween movie of choice.
Okay.
That's not horror.
Is it Charlie Brown?
No, Zach already said it. It is Casper. The Christina Ricci, Bill Pullman, Casper.
I love Christina Ricci.
Christina Ricci, ever since I was a little kid, I've had a crush on her. I would even throw Addams Family because that's not really a horror
I saw that movie
movie
in Disney.
Disney? Disney?
Like
Addams Family or Casper?
Casper,
okay.
The one expansive island that's just like a theater and food.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I don't remember what the fuck it's called.
Pleasure Island?
Yeah,
or whatever?
it might be Pleasure Island.
I saw that movie at the Pleasure Dome.
And we were on
totally
a class
different.
trip. We were on a class trip there, and we went and saw Casper.
You went on a
That's
class
fucking
trip
awesome.
to Disney?
Yep.
That's crazy.
We had to. I mean, it was for like
we went to
after
Ellis
school
Island.
thing.
Go fuck yourself.
I mean,
we
it was
went
an
to, like,
after
East
school thing, but we
Stroudsburg.
went
They're
to
like,
fucking.
This is another
We didn't even
town.
get the planetarium at ESU.
It was a thing called Earth Shuttle.
Okay.
Where they, like, did all kinds of like.
You took a shuttle around the Earth too? What the fuck
Sort of.
school did
Ooh,
this
that's
guy
a
go
good
to?
one, Slack.
Rocky Horror Picture
Rocky
Show
Horror?
is
It's a great one.
Because the word horror was in it, I immediately threw it out. Even though
I
it's
mean,
not
that's
a
not a
horror.
horror movie.
It's
though.
not a horror
It's not
movie
a-
at all.
I mean,
It
but-
is a musical.
All right, so technically,
that has horror aspects
technically,
to it.
it is a horror movie, but it's not scary. But if we're gonna
It's
gonna
a
add that in there,
Frankenstein
then you have to
story.
watch Repo the Genetic Opera. That needs to be in there as well. You should watch
Okay.
it this holiday season,
Okay.
which is also on Hulu, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I would say, going back to Casper real quick, one of my favorite things, and none of us have brought up Ghostbusters because Ghostbusters should
too
be,
obvious.
but
It's a classic.
It's
you
a
know what I
classic.
mean?
It's a comedy, but it's a horror comedy. So again, I just threw it out, and it is
But I
an
could watch
Well, the
obvious.
it any
second
time
one
of
is
the year.
more a horror than
Definitely,
the first
definitely for sure. That fucking painting's terrifying.
one. Oh god, dude,
Oh
it's
my
fucking
god.
was in like my dreams for
Yep.
forever.
Yep, can't look. I don't even like looking at Christopher Lambert and anything because he just looks like that guy too much. I don't know if that was Christopher
I
Lambert.
only
but it
like
looked
him in
just-
No,
Highlander.
it's
the
not,
fucking
it's not. I forget
Highlander.
who it
Yeah.
is.
Somebody came over the other day and was freaking out about the Highlander 3 poster.
Becca's boyfriend.
Yeah. it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, Highlander 3?
Fuck
But you
yeah,
guys get
man.
that poster.
Kyle won it for
Slacky, you're
$4.
killing it here. Little
What
Shop
is he?
of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors, another great
movie.
one. Another great one.
Steve Martin scene.
Oh,
is
Steve
my
Martin's
favorite.
amazing, but Rick Moranis like pretty
Oh,
much at
dude,
his peak in that movie there.
Oh yeah.
But with
What, Honey, I Shrunk
Casper,
the Kids wasn't.
no, that is my favorite Rick Moranis.
Okay.
Actually, that's kind of tied with Big Bully, which was one of his last movies he did,
enough.
which is kind of panned all around. But Casper, the one thing that I loved about it is it is not a Saturday Night Live related movie, but there are 2 appearances by Saturday Night Live related. So there's an appearance by Father Guido Sarducci in the 1995's Casper. 15 years after he's no longer on Saturday Night Live, Father Guido Sarducci, this character that was played in the early years, goes in to try to like exercise it, and he walks out and his head's spun around
Yeah,
backwards.
oh, yeah.
And he's just
I
a
never even
cigarette
got
smoking.
that,
He's a
reference,
cigarette smoking character from Saturday Night Live. And then Dan Aykroyd runs out of the building and goes, "Who are you gonna call?" Somebody else. And like leaves the building. So I always loved that. But one thing that pissed me off about Casper is the entire movie, Casper, the friendly ghost, is voiced by somebody who does a professional sounding Casper. Kitten, get down.
Knock
Get
it
the
the
fuck
fuck
over
off.
Don't touch them records.
You know what?
All right, go back in your hole.
Later.
So the voice of Casper is just done by somebody who sounds like the cartoon character Casper from like Casper and Wendy and
And I
all
mean,
of those.
realistically, 1-to-1 from page to screen.
Yeah.
That was the best rendition, I think.
Well, the thing that annoys me is that when at the end of the movie you see who Casper really is, it's Devon Sawa, and Devon Sawa does not voice Casper the entire fucking movie. But Devon Sawa and Christina Ricci paired up a lot in the 90s
Is
a couple
it
of
a
times.
woman who does Casper's voice?
I believe so. I believe it's a woman because I think it honestly.
A lot of the like younger.
Yeah, Bart
kids,
Simpson, Rugrats,
Oh,
all
yeah,
of those are pretty much
they're
all done
women.
by female voice actors.
Female smokers.
But outside of the Halloween realm, the movie that I
Like
will
you
watch.
also said, last one, not so he's surprised you didn't say it, but
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
That's
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, I
almost
think
a
that's,
horror
you know,
movie.
On the vein, and then with the job I had 2.5 years ago, I watched that movie every single day, 5 times a day, and I just have no interest in really watching that much more. But it is a classic, and you're right, it's kind of a shock that it wasn't brought up yet. But outside of the Halloween world, the one
Dead Poets
movie
Society.
that is a great fall movie, and it's not it, and I'm kind of mad that it's not it. It's not really even, it's kind of along the lines of it in the way that it deals with high school students. October Sky, the Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Oh, they Hunt for Red October.
Hunt for Red October was almost in there just because I was looking up October movies. Like, what did I miss? But
not Vanilla Sky.
Not Vanilla Sky. October Sky is a movie based on a book called Rocket Boys that is about these kids who built a model rocket before anybody had them when Sputnik was up in the air. So it takes place in a coal mining town in Virginia. Jake Gyllenhaal fucking not Gary Cooper, but something Cooper, another actor. A bunch of people. The kid who played Shermanator in American Pie is in it, and it is just a classic, like, just wanting to get out of your small town and be something bigger type of movie. But it just all takes place in the fall on the East Coast. So you get the foliage, you get everything like that. So it's one movie that I've always kind of been drawn to during this time of the year. And then just title-wise, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. But I would definitely say overall, Halloween-related, Casper is kind of like my go-to. I still have it on VHS. I've never watched it not on VHS in my entire life. I don't think I ever saw it in the theaters or anything like that. So I've only ever watched it on a fucking 19-inch TV, rear projected, and the picture going kind of purple. But it's just fucking wonderful. And the production value of that movie, he's the only thing really, and the other ghosts are the only thing CGI'd. Everything else is practical effects.
What about Frighteners?
That's Michael J. Fox.
Which is not necessarily a horror movie.
That wasn't Peter Jackson, was it? Was it a Peter Jackson film? I feel like that was Peter Jackson.
What you want to talk about? Peter Jackson
Dead
is
Alive?
Dead Alive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
horror. That's immediately horror.
That's a horror movie.
That's got the most blood in any scene in one scene.
All right, but it's the goriest comedy ever made.
Yeah. But the gore puts it above. Yeah. Zach, do you have any other kind of go-tos? Anything else? Frighteners. Any other go-to, whether it's Halloween or just like fall movies?
That's not a non-horror.
Yeah, that was Peter Jackson.
It was Peter Jackson.
I mean, when Halloween is my favorite time.
Yeah.
That's when and my birthday too. So like for my birthday, like when I was little, when I had like sleepovers, it'd be like, it's my 12th birthday.
We're watching Exorcist.
You know, so that's what we do. You know what I mean? My dad would be like, all right, this year we get Texas Chainsaw. The next year we got Evil Dead.
Oh, jeez.
Exorcist.
The Hills Have Eyes probably fucked me up.
So like, I'm a fucking horror movie fan, and this is the best time of the year.
Old and new. Yeah.
To watch.
Now,
horror.
you said Evil Dead. One thing that had crossed my mind briefly is Army of Darkness.
I haven't seen that in so long.
Army of Darkness is straight up a comedy.
It's straight up a comedy. It is not a horror.
There are
a billion little Bruce Campbells running around at one point.
But the thing about that is you're going to have zero context. You can watch the movie, but there's zero context as to why this is going on and why there's somebody in medieval times with a fucking chainsaw and a shotgun.
Oh my God! Hello, you primitive screwheads! This is my boomstick.
Oh, I love that series.
Oh, he's so fun.
Definitely do not watch the new one because that's not that. I mean, watch the new one; it's great.
Is it the show or they made an actual movie?
No, they made a remake of Evil Dead, the first.
You're right.
That's
that
great.
Movie
I
is
really
great,
like
but
it.
that is a horror.
That is a horror movie.
Straight up a horror.
Made
there
me
is
watch
nothing.
That.
I did.
Did we see that in the theater?
I think I went with you guys to the theater.
Yes, we went to the theater.
Yeah, it was
and
great.
This is where
it's fucking amazing.
I think before we even started doing this podcast, you went, we should just start doing a show where we just watch Kyle react to horror movies. Because the entire time I was just like, I don't want to fucking be in this thing.
Yeah.
I think we saw it when like Chris was living here. Like it was around that time.
That's how long, it came out a long time ago.
Like 5 years ago or something.
There's
6 years ago.
mixed feelings about that movie, but I
love it. I think it's
totally
another
different
one of
than
the most
original.
bloody and
sort of.
I appreciate that.
But I like it.
If you're going to remake the original one, go into the woods with $10,000 and remake it. Don't do it for a $20 million movie.
Sure.
But if you're going to do it as a $20 movie,
$20movies.com.
$20movies.com.
We'll make it for you.
You get 30 seconds of this movie here.
Oh, no, it'll be a full 2 hours. It's just going to suck the whole time. No special effects.
No, the special effects,
acting.
You see somebody opening up packets of free ketchup.
Yeah. It's got the behind the scenes in the movie. It's our new style.
We're just doing it for everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But so no other real non-horror movies for Zach, Justin. Anything else that kind of?
I mean, there's just so many good movies that you can watch that not necessarily taking place in fall, but have that feeling, like have that sort of warmness that Goonies, Monster Squad, any of those movies, The Burbs.
I was gonna say that The Burbs. I forgot about that.
Because I saw it so young, and because the night digging neighbors were so creepy,
there are definitely horror moments in it. But it's a comedy.
It is totally a comedy. It is 100% a comedy and a brilliantly written one. Another Corey Feldman performance. He's fucking Ray, or
and that happens around Halloween.
What What we got?
Any football movie. Yeah,
Any
you're
football
right.
movie
You're
you
right.
could really
Yeah.
any movie that's about football. Like Remember the Titans is a great fall movie.
Yeah, what was
Any Given Sunday is a good one.
Sunday is
The
great,
Replacements might be my favorite football movie
too. The Adam
ever.
Sandler
That's a
one.
good.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
Adam Sandler fucking prison.
The
one.
Longest Yard,
The Longest Yard,
yeah,
you could throw
the
that up
remake
there.
of the remake of the yeah, it was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that also introduced the world to Terry Crews as Cheeseburger Eddie, which
And
was
then you
just
can get
a great fucking
into
role.
you can get into other things. You like Underworld, where it's not a horror film, but it's
The
vampires,
first couple
Vikings.
Underworlds
elements.
were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that the whole series is great,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's falls around with the Halloween theme, where
Yeah.
it's vampires versus werewolves.
Yeah.
You know, so you could say that. I mean, the first couple were good movies, worth watching.
Yeah.
Blade,
Especially around
the
this time.
first two Blade movies are great.
Yeah, more of an action than a horror in any way,
Yep.
but they have the elements of
Blade
that
3
in
is
there.
terrible.
I don't think I ever saw
That
Blade
was the
3.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, the
Ryan
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 Reynolds.
Reynolds, Jessica Biel. It's
Yeah.
fucking. They're making a new Blade. They're
Yeah,
remaking it.
Mahershala Ali's gonna be playing Blade. It's gonna be fucking
Who's
wonderful.
that?
He's the guy that won
Varsity
an Oscar
Blues,
for Green
yep.
Book. He won an Oscar for Moonlight about like 3 years ago.
Maybe.
Independent actor. The thing I knew him from was a TV show called The 4400 that was on USA back in the day, where like 4,400 people that disappeared throughout history just all of a sudden appear in one spot at the same age they were, and he was like a dude from back in like the 30s that disappeared like while at war in the
What about
40s.
Bill and Ted? I feel like you watch Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
during
Bill
the
and
fall.
Ted.
Because that's school
Another
getting...
yeah, any schools, any
but
starting of the school year type of movie, you definitely can throw that in. Which for that case, you can
any
throw
Wes
Mean Girls in
Anderson
there.
movie you can
Wes
pretty
Anderson
much watch.
is fall.
Yeah,
he is
You can
fall.
Throw on. Actually, that should be that's my challenge to whoever's listening to this.
Yeah.
Watch every Wes Anderson
Yeah.
movie this fall.
Yeah,
You'll
all of
thank
them.
me for it.
Start with Bottle Rocket and go in order.
No Country for Old Men sort of has
yeah.
that feel.
Yep.
You know, a lot of Cohen. I mean, Cohen
Yeah.
A lot
falls
of the
within.
Coen-
A lot of independent films have that depressing feel to them,
Yes.
and depressing generally is fall into winter.
Yes.
So you kind of get that. I mean, obviously Fargo is a straight up winter.
That's a winter movie.
Winter movie, but even like
Jingle All the Way, I'm going to throw in this one too. Because
Jingle
you're
All the
setting
Way?
up for
that's
Christmas.
Christmas. We could come back and do this
But that's a
conversation
Christmas.
at Christmas.
That's a Christmas
time.
movie.
I don't think Justin understands.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yeah, well, this is a horror movie, but I'm going to say it anyway, all right?
Yeah, but-
well, this is
but
a
here's the
Christmas
thing.
movie.
But
I'm going to
here-
say it anyway.
But
Yeah.
Gremlins is more a comedy than it is horror. It has
Yeah.
a lot of horror
But
elements.
Jingle
in
All
it.
the Way is definitely a Christmas movie.
it's a
it's-
fucking Christmas
it
It
movie.
takes
is-
place on Christmas Eve.
Yes, you're right. But it's also one of those movies that you could watch to set yourself up for Christmas.
True.
Is T2?
It
T2 a
rolls-
horror movie?
Yeah.
No, that's an
T2
action movie.
No, it's an
You watch
action movie.
T2 during the
T1 is
fall?
definitely
Yeah.
a horror movie.
Yeah, but I never watched
Uh,
T1.
yeah,
I never.
an attempt
Whenever
at
I
a
want to
horror
watch
movie.
Terminator, let's watch T2.
Yeah,
T1 is an
I've got the
incredible
box
film,
set
dude.
of
I'm not
Terminator
saying
1
it's
and
not.
Terminator 2. I
But if
generally
I
still
got a
like the
hankering
T2.
for the fucking Terminator,
Yeah.
I saw that in
I'm watching
theaters as
T2.
well. T2.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm old as shit.
I
Sorry.
love it. You,
yeah, that's 92.
Yeah, my dad took me to the theater to see that.
Wait, you saw Terminator 2 in theaters?
You were 11.
Jesus Christ.
I also saw. Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop. is
In
a good
theaters?
fall-
You were
yes.
like 4 years
Yeah,
old.
my grandmother took me. But that's another
Jesus
another
Christ.
good fall movie to watch.
Yeah.
Even though it's set in
I don't know
sunny
what.
fucking
Yeah, it's in California.
California.
I'll say any movie that takes place in California is a summer movie because it's just
Yeah,
all,
true.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
I'm just saying, Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way.
Throwing it
But I
in
think
this list.
we can come back. How about this? We'll fuck with Justin's head even
No.
more.
Here's-
we'll come back
here-
at Christmas and we'll do only horror
Horror
Christmas movies. So
the best horror Christmas movies.
like literally, like Krampus is gonna have
Black
to be in there.
Christmas,
Black
Krampus,
Christmas. What was that?
Jack
Santa's
Frost.
Sleigh. Jack
Jack Frost, yeah.
Oh, the
Where he
other
takes
Jack
the
Frost.
fucking-
Not
where he
Stand
takes
by
the,
me, yeah.
Stand by
Stand by Me. Yeah.
Saki knows the shit.
Slacky's really pulling it
Saki,
here.
if you can run the
Yeah, Stand by
computer
Me is
shit,
not-
we'll replace Justin with you.
You seem to understand this concept.
Hey.
But yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back in December and we'll do the best horror Christmas movies because none of us said it, but Nightmare Before Christmas takes
I
place.
said that.
Nightmare Before Christmas. You said that for.
I thought you
Halloween?
were gonna say that. I said Nightmare Before Christmas. You're like, no, not that.
Oh no,
You just brush it off.
I
like
brush
it
things
wasn't
off
big
a lot.
deal.
When I re-listen tomorrow, I'll say that again or hear that again, and
Fuck
I'll
you.
understand.
Fuck the janitor.
Fuck the janitor. All right, guys. So let's wrap things up here for this episode of Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. Want to give again a big shout out to Ram Prasad. Go check out their release coming out this Friday. Again, doomedandstone.com. You can check out the review for their other single. And then a big shout out to a friend of mine who just started, a couple friends of mine from back in Hayfork, California, that just started a podcast. Lauren O'Brien, Sam Mitt, a couple other guys. I forget exactly who all is on there, but their podcast is called Black Sheep and Bad Apples. It's available on YouTube. Just a bunch of guys are in a band together that pretty much just get into fights with each other through most of it. The first episode is just strictly them trying to figure out what to name the show. So for a while it was just called the Lauren O'Brien Show, and now it's called Black Sheep and Bad Apples. So go check them out. As always, a big shout out to Moot.tv, our super producer EJ5000, the guys over at Let Me Ask You a Question in White Wasabi. So give them a check out. They drop every Monday along with us. Let Me Ask You a Question and Comic Won't Shut Up episodes. So yeah, big thank you to Eric there. As always, a very big thank you to everybody listening at home live, everybody that's listening in the future. Check us out live every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube at Houseboat Tommy Lee Jones.
Ring the bell, touch yourself, and fuck the janitor.
Ring the bell, touch yourself, fuck the janitor.
There's a lot of shit going on it.
What was that?
I said the website is almost fine.
Oh, yeah. You got
Discord
the website as well?
The Discord's up, so once the website is done, it'll be on there.
And we're looking into the possibility of maybe in the distant to near future being able to time travel, but being able to put this out simultaneously on multiple platforms. Maybe we'll be getting out on Facebook at the same time as being on YouTube.
Yep.
So a lot of big
things
things
if you're
always
watching on Facebook,
in the future.
you're a fucking sheeple.
You are a sheeple? I like that word. It's a good word.
I mean, there's a lot more people browsing Facebook.
More people will watch it there than will click on the link that I post every single week and then watch it here.
Because it's right there.
Again, made evident by all 8 people that have ever watched this show.
Well,
so again, big thank you to
Slacky,
everybody, Slacky, Keith, Charlie for joining us live today. And we will be back next week with a very special edition of Kyle Moko Shut Up. Kyle Moko Won't Shut Up, where we will have 2 members of the band Tracksuit Panda in studio. They're going to be premiering at least one of their singles, possibly 2 of their singles, talking about their upcoming music video shoot that's going to be filming at Big Wheel. They're going to be doing, they did a cover of Dancing in the Moonlight, and they're going to be filming their music video.
Oh, nice. That's a good song.
Oh, it's a fucking phenomenal song. And they're going to be doing the music video over at Big Wheel coming up in the next couple of weeks, I believe. So they're going to
be there for that. I'm going to go roller skating.
Dude, I'm going to wear the Kyle Moko Won't Shut Up shirt and roller skate all throughout their music video.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said they sent out an invite to people. So just hit up Walter. You don't have Facebook.
You're not a sheeple though, so you don't have Facebook.
Well, Walter lives up the street.
Well, he's going to be here next week,
walk
so
over.
He'll talk all about it next week when he's here with one of the, I think his drummer is going to be coming along with him. So check that out. Hey, we got a last join here. I mean, you might have been here for forever. What is the
Banned for Life?
Banned for Life. Is that a movie?
Movie or show?
No, I think he's banned for life from the.
From Rollering.
I think we talked about this last time we hung out.
Yes, awesome. Well, you know what? You should come and wear a shirt that says "Banned for Life,"
and then they'll film you outside.
Yeah, just standing there.
You know what, James? You come and you try to get in, and if they don't let you in, I also will get banned for life for sticking up for you.
Kicking too much ass.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bad thing to do when you got roller skates on. You now got some teeth
you're gonna
with
get that wheel in my butthole.
Ooh, in the janitor's butthole,
maybe. Janitor's ass.
All right,
you're gonna have to suck the janitor's ass.
Big thank you to Justin Olampeda for putting all this together, running the show, and as always, a big thank you to Zachary.
I seriously doubt your commitment to Sparkle Motion.
Stormin'. Nice. I love that. Such a fucking good. I think I named a song that at one point that I seriously doubt your commitment to Sparkle Motion. Fuck yeah. I think what this whole episode has been, go watch Donnie Darko if you haven't.
How does one suck a fuck?
How does one suck a fuck? Oh my god.
I use that
the
quote.
Best though, when he's in the therapist, he's like, I don't fuck my family.
He's touching himself.
I use how to go suck a fuck, or how does one go suck a fuck a lot, and either people will be like, all right, then somebody will be like, what'd you just say to me?
Or they'll be like, shut up, and then they go back to China, bitch. Just so you know, if you don't remember, Seth Rogen's the other bully in that movie. It's fucking wonderful. That cast is amazing. And Noah Wilde from ER's in it. Come on, it's great. The librarian himself. All right, guys, so we'll be back next week with another live edition of Kyle Mocha One Shut Up. Again, Tracksuit Panda will be in studio. We are looking forward to having them, looking forward to you guys being back here. Again, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, and make weird noises with your microphone. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
I have to piss and shit.
I gotta piss and shit and fuck the janitor.
Fuck the janitor!
Bye.
Mood.tv.
There's nothing more egomaniacal than singing the theme music for your own show. Who am I? Kelsey Grammer. If I could only drink like him, we're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be weak. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be total experiment.